Live from our Jackson studio. Live from the Midtown Jackson studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Last Call Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as the friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Last Call Cafe on Spreaker.
Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right. We are back. Better than ever. Maybe, hopefully. You be the judge. And this is, of course, Last Call Cafe. I am one of your hosts, Steve the Baxman Baxley. And this show, this is the show that answers the musical question, do you have to be on acid to host a podcast? Obviously, with us, that answer is no, but it doesn't. But it does help. No, just kidding.
How many people are even on acid to host podcasts?
Well, we know Joe Rogan is on horse stuff, so that's one. Anyway, we had to do the joke. Sorry, folks. It's in our contract. He works for the enemy, so This is, of course, Last Call Cafe on Spreaker from iHeartRadio. Anyway, let me introduce, although Pangborn did a good job of introducing, let us reintroduce the other two hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, the gamer's best friend, the man with the knowledge, the man with the news, the man with the views. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Matthew, the Wizard Nichols.
Sup?
And man in the pipe somewhere in the Jackson, Michigan area, hitting those buttons and making sure we all sound good, including himself. Ladies and gentlemen, we offer you the one, the only, the...
Make sure you buy me certain tpublic.com/user/granted. What the... And make sure you get an early dinner to because they might be going somewhere because AEW is taking down my shirt tonight because they're... Ooh.
Okay, we'll try to have that explained. Anyway, welcome aboard
to... understand it. I didn't say it in such a super speed run.
Okay. Apparently another one of...
Got a whole collection of Last Call Cafe shirts under, too.
Yeah. Buy them, please.
Should we put the link to the merchandise in the video description?
Sure, go for it.
Good idea. Buy my shirts. Buy my shirts. Give me money. Give me money. If that doesn't persuade you, I don't know what will.
And while we have this momentary enlightenment, it's time for Mr. Pangborn to earn his keep. Franklin, do your duty. Thank you very much. It's time now to find out what's on the mind of the brain. And for that, it's time for a little brainwave, sponsored by nobody. Now, back to you, Steve. Thank you, Pangs. And it is time now for us to ask the musical question, what's on the brain's mind?
Hit it.
Yeah, Steve, this is Gilbert Gottfried saying you couldn't even wipe my ass, let alone do a half-decent imitation of me. Okay?
And there you go.
Ah, yes. From the heavens, he continues to haunt us for the good of all humanity. Okay, Pangborn, Franklin, you got more biz.
Thank you very much. It's now time for Gamer News with Matthew the Wizard Nichols. Gamer News is, as always, presented by Pluto.tv. Hundreds of channels for zeros of dollars, including channels devoted to gaming and anime, and they even got select G4 programs. What is G4, you ask? Why don't you watch and see? Pluto.tv. Strap in, strap on, and enjoy. Now with the Gamer News, here's the Wizard.
Alright. Now, this was more of last week's news, but I figure I might as well just talk about the news since I already posted this. Okay. This week on Gamer News, well, we have announcement that Remedy Games is working on remix the first two Max Payne games. No release date yet. Blizzard revealed their next expansion to World of Warcraft, Dragonflight, which apparently the Lich King is going to return. And there's going to be a new race called the Drake, however you pronounce that word, with exclusive access to the Evoker class. No release date yet. This is very classic. World of Warcraft Classic is going to have the Wrath of the Lich King Classic, which, in case you don't know what World of Warcraft Classic is, it's basically the older version of World of Warcraft that pretty much is more like the World of Warcraft from the early 2000s instead of the modern day World of Warcraft. And so far it's had only one expansion, but now it seems like the Wrath of the Lich King is going to return for the classic, coming out later this year. Speaking of Blizzard, Diablo Immortal is actually coming to PC. It's set to release on June 2nd, 2022. It's going to be on PC and mobile, and it's a free-to-play game. Also, Overwatch 2 entered its beta, and for those who have Overwatch 1, you can play the PvP of Overwatch 2 for free. You still gotta buy the PvE though. Halo Infinite is finally on that second season. And Forge is going to be launching in full open beta in September. There's also going to be target for a network of campaign co-op. About time, considering how long people have been waiting for that. Oh, the Xbox and Bethesda showcase is going to be held on June 2nd, 2022 at 10 a.m. PT time and 1 p.m. Eastern time. And yes, Starfield is definitely going to be talked about in the Bethesda showcase. Probably around 20 or 30 minutes since it's a new IP. And I believe that's it.
And that's Gamer News for this week. Gamer News is sponsored and presented by Pluto.tv. Get hundreds of channels for $0. And get some of the newest channels as well, like G4 Select. Select shows from the vault of G4.
and some of the newer ones that you can also catch on their Twitch and YouTube channels. Zeros of dollars for hundreds of channels. Who else can ask for anything more?
Also,
So-
Pluto TV is also on the Xbox. So if you
Yes.
have an Xbox One or Xbox Series, you can download the Pluto TV app to watch the shows on your TV.
And that's news. And that's Gamer News. Till next week, I'm Franklin Pegboard. Gentlemen, back to you. Okay, thank you very much. Just wondering, hey, when do we get the comedy back? I just got to get a little something downloaded, so we'll be able to connect with a thing, so we'll be able to get all the comedy clips we want and play them. If I learn how to share screen, I can do that, and I might do that this week. So stand by. We are rebuilding slowly but surely. We are doing our best with what we got, which, as the song goes, which may be not a lot, but at least it's something we got to do here. Speaking of which, let's get you wrapped up with what happened tonight on a rather, shall we say, continually tame Raw show. Of course, we cut through the BS and just give you the match and the winner. Raw Tag Team Titles match, Street Profits taking on RK Bro. RK Bro won that match. And let's see what else is doing. Oh, yes. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. This was a fair match. Rhea Ripley did win. Following that, Finn Balor taking on Damian Priest. And the winner by DQ, Finn Balor. Who'd have thought, kiddies? Sonya Deville, who just got fired as WWE's backstage producer, in reality took on the returning from her honeymoon, Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss, gee golly whiz bing, she got the win. Wow, ain't that something? Anyway, Kevin Owens took on Ezekiel. And who won that? Well, nobody, actually, because there was, yes, friends, run-ins. So, who won it? We never know. Veer Mahan took on Frank Loman, and the winner of that was Veer Mahan. The WWE United States title match, Theory took on Cody Rhodes. And the winner of that match, oh, you're going to love this, Cody Rhodes by disqualification. Theory retains. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Sasha Banks and Naomi took on Doudrop and Nikki A.S.H. And the winner was Sasha Banks and Naomi. Tommaso Ciampa took on Mustafa Ali. And the winner of that was Ciampa. The Raw Women's Championship was on the line. Bianca Belair took on the returning Asuka, and the winner by DQ was Bianca Belair. Yay! So, friends, that did it for the Raw report. Just another interesting 3-hour tour. Okay, let's give you a little bit more of a wrestling report. And by the way, all these reports come courtesy of Wrestling Inc. AEW star Kenny Omega responded to fan comments on undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns earlier today. The exchange with fans started when Omega noticed he was a trending topic on Twitter, apparently due to fans discussing how Reigns and SmackDown Tag Team Champions the Usos put on a strong performance as they defeated Drew McIntyre and Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro in the WrestleMania Backlash main event on Sunday. Why am I trending? I've done nothing but get sliced up and struggle through rehab all this year. Oh, I see. We're still doing that comparing thing every show, Omega wrote with a faceplant gif. One fan responded to Omega and said he believes Reigns is better than Omega. Another fan responded to that comment and said Reigns couldn't last 5 minutes in the ring with Omega, or even in the ring with Omega. Omega responded to the last comment and gave Reigns some praise, adding that a match between the two would surprise a lot of people. Omega has been out of action since dropping the AEW World title to Hangman Adam Page at Full Gear back on November 13th. He took time off to deal with several nagging injuries, and we're talking his whole body was wrecked with injuries. And he was told by AEW President Tony Khan to take as much time as he needed to recuperate. Omega originally hoped to be back in action by February, but that was before he underwent other surgeries. He reportedly underwent surgery to repair a sports hernia in April sometime, which would require another 2 months of recovery. There was hope that Omega would be back in the ring this spring or early summer. So we'll keep you updated on that fun little inclement of Joy and Raptor. Yay! And let's see what else we got here. Boop. Yes. Okay, we still got a little more moments, so we'll give you one more wrestling report, then we'll hit some we'll hit some weird news. For those of you that like to be entertained, we do this under one, of course, singular thing. The following are spoilers for the Impact tapings for the 12th and 19th. So if you don't want to know, don't listen. The Thursday, May 12th, X Division champion Ace Austin defeated Aiden Prince in a match for Before the Impact. Kenny King defeated Chris Bay. Knockouts World Tag Team Champions The Influence retained over Giselle Shaw and Elisa Edwards. Impact World Champion Josh Alexander Tomohiro Ishii defeated Jay White and El Fantasmo. Gail King announced first ever Knockouts Queen of the Mountain match with Savannah Evans, Mia Yim, Jordan Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, AAA Reina de Reyes champion Taya Valkyrie, and Impact Knockout World Champion Tasha Steelz. This will take place at Slammiversary. Eric Young defeated Chris Sabin in a gauntlet for the gold match. He will now challenge Impact World Champion Josh Alexander at Slammiversary. Now for the show that airs a day before my birthday. Crazy Steve defeated Ziggy Dice in a match for Before the Impact. Mike Bailey defeated Laredo Kid to earn a spot in Ultimate X at Slammiversary. Mia Yim, Jordan Grace, and Taya Valkyrie defeated Savannah Evans, Deonna Purrazzo, and Knockouts World Champion Tasha Steelz. The Good Brothers defeated Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. Masha Slamovich, oh, there's a name, defeated Shauna Reed. Impact World Tag Team Champions the Briscoe Brothers retained over Violent by Design. Eric Young and Impact World Champion Josh Alexander face off to promote their Slammiversary main event. Those are spoilers. Enjoy the show. And remember, when it comes to spoilers, we have fun. Alrighty. And Let's see. And why not? WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sunny Stitch will be arraigned in Volusia County, Florida court on May 31st, according to a new report by PW Insider. Stitch was already reportedly ordered not to leave Volusia County, Florida. She was arrested by police in Florida Friday after being charged in connection with a deadly crash on March 25th. Police body camera video, which has been released by PW Insider, shows Stitch being taken into custody at the Hard Rock Hotel in Daytona Beach, Florida. Stitch posted bond on Saturday and was released from jail following a court appearance. She was granted a public defender by the Volusia County Court. Police allege that Tammy Stitch was driving a 2012 Mercedes-Benz when her vehicle crashed in the rear of a 2013 Kia Sorento, which was stopped at a red light. The Kia then crashed into the rear of a 2011 GMC Yukon, which was also stopped at the light. The driver of the vehicle hit by Stitch, identified as 75-year-old Julian LaFrancis Lassiter Jr. of Daytona Beach Shores, was transported to Halifax Health Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased. The Osmond Beach, Florida Police Department stated in a news release that toxicology tests on Tammy Stitch's blood taken by a search warrant served shortly after the time of the crash determined her blood alcohol level to be 0.280, 3.5 times the lawful blood alcohol limit while operating a motor vehicle. She is charged with a DUI, causing death while operating a vehicle with a suspended and or revoked driver's license, DUI, causing injury to a person, and DUI, causing damage to property. In other words, in translation, she's screwed. She faces between 4 and over 30 years in prison if convicted, and several $1,000s in fines and one massive lawsuit. The court ordered restriction on Tammy Stitch's conflicts with a scheduled court hearing for her in New Jersey on May 25th. Stitch is charged there in connection with a separate case stemming from her arrest there February. To say this woman is beyond help is pretty much pointed fact, unless by a miracle she understands what's happening to her and decides to get help and not squander what could absolutely be her last chance. But that is for great minds to think, and we sometimes, if ever, allow that to happen on this show. Let's see. That is your wrestling report. For more wrestling reports, stand by for the Wrestle Anime Hut. We bring you everything and anything in the free world. We got about 5 minutes. Let's get you some weird news. And by God, we got some weird news. Okay. I think we got a little weird news right here, courtesy of Bing. A woman named... Oh, boy. Thank you. Thank you, Luigi. A woman named Dalina recently had a tattoo experience so horrible that she left in the middle of the process and immediately had a panic attack in her car. She shared the story on TikTok, where it has over 15 million views. Quote, I need to know if I'm being dramatic or not. I just left in the middle of getting my tattoo, like in the middle of my appointment. I got up, I paid him, and I left. I met this guy at the gym, and he approached me specifically because of my tattoos. He was like, oh, I do tattoos, and he gave me his card, and we exchanged info, and I looked him up, and I liked his work, and I had a tattoo that I wanted to get all over my stomach. So naturally, I come to the tattoo shop, and he has me take off my shirt. I have my pasties on, so I'm literally there without a shirt, and literally just my nipples are covered. And he just starts talking about how unsymmetrical I was. He starts calling my boobs tits, but the last straw, I turn around, he goes, I get why I see you in the gym all the time. You got back rolls. Am I crazy? Oh. Both men and women immediately flooded the comments to reassure Dalinia that she was not in the wrong for leaving. Some of the comments we say here: I would feel traumatized. I'm so sorry you had this happen to you. As a man, I'm sorry for him. That is completely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Sorry you had to deal with someone like that. This is exactly... Oh, and women who also started sharing that reason like this are exactly why they refuse to go to tattoo artists who are men. Jessica Ville. This is exactly why I only go to female artists. This tattoo community has the most toxic men sometimes, I swear. BuzzFeed spoke to Dalian, who said the tattoo artist ironically first approached her during back day at the gym. I just moved to California from North Carolina, was looking for stability and a new schedule, so I started a new gym right away. He complimented my tattoos and chatted with me about my ink and how he was a tattoo artist. Give me his card, blah, blah, blah.
Choo choo.
We'll be there in a minute, boss.
Yeah, I got my windows open.
Okay, so that story stunk. Hey, when you hear a train going, that's when the story starts to fall apart. So,
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, my windows are open. That's why you can hear the train pretty good.
yeah, I think we got the fourth member of the show, a choo-choo train. Anytime the weird story goes off the tracks, we'll hear that, and that'll be the moment when we just say, screw it.
Is the story even going off the track?
Yeah, it was. I should have went with John Mulaney and his story, but we are running.
I think the train's trying to tell us to wrap it up.
Yes. So I think we got I think we got a new boss, and the reason why we're running out of time is simple. To be honest with you, that just rattled me to the point where I just lost track. Aha. Anyway, good timing on that train. I'll tell you, good timing on that. Yeah, Matthew, if you have any pull with that train, with those trains, for God's sakes, tell them to run it about 10 minutes before the show. Okay, folks, next week the whole gang will be back, and we will try to make sure the train doesn't come and throw us for a loop, but we're glad they did. Anyway, reason for that is simple. Our insidious belch of the week was not issued on time, so besides the general and his two accomplices needed the day off, so we'll see that next.
Yeah, it's pretty much just me.
It's back.
Well, there it goes. So we got to go because the train's leaving without us, so we'll see you next week when we hit the 5:15. See you next Sunday, we hope. Until then, for Commander Brain and conductor Wizard, I'm the compartment head. Jesus Christ. This has been a presentation of mystifying reactions. Oh God, forget the day. Oh boy. Composure. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity and Entertainment in association with Brainscan Productions. The Gamer News is produced by Wizard World Entertainment. We'll see you Sunday. We're coming. We're coming. Hold on. If anyone starts playing the freaking Petticoat Junction theme, good night, everybody.